The business edition of 21 Minutes with KKB is proudly brought to you by
MTN Business Broadband.
First National Bank, Bank of the Changeables.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited, large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics.
It's time for today's show. Thank you for making time to join us. This is the business edition of 21 Minutes with KKB. My name is Kwabena Kyenkyenhene Boateng, and as you already know, we try as much as possible to bring you a lot of scintillating conversations that you would want to hear about, things that ordinarily you wouldn't know. You see, when you see people succeeding or you hear the success story of people, you think they just got up one day and they became successful. You have no idea. So today I have a very important guest. She has done quite a lot in a rather short sphere. She's not too old, very young lady, but doing amazingly well, and is combining like 2,000 things at once. I don't know how she manages her time even, but of course, once we have that conversation with her, we'll get to know a lot more, particularly for those of you who are in the diaspora who like to watch this show a lot and who also want to invest in Ghana. I think you should grab a chair and take a few minutes and watch this interview, because her story, I'm sure, will teach you a lot. We'll be right back after these messages.
When we connect, everything is possible. Whatever seems unreachable becomes even closer. Building partnerships, redefining the norms. Because when we connect, being there becomes possible, and new ideas come to life. Stay ahead and stay connected with MTN Business Broadband. Superior internet solutions that drive your dreams. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
Thank you for staying with us. As you do know, the business edition of 21 Minutes with KKB is proudly brought to you by MTN Business, which is your partner for growth. At MTN, we keep telling you that, hey, what is it that you need? You're a micro, small scale, medium scale owner. You need to focus on doing the business. Allow MTN to handle all the other things. So from your data to your text messages and all of these things you have to do with the clients, just sign on to the MTN SME Plus package and you have no problem. You have nothing to worry about. On Mondays, for instance, you'll get to enjoy free calls from MTN to MTN from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. All you have to do is to dial *5060# today and get connected. Now, the SME Plus package, it's doing wonders for a lot of people. Call today 0244 308 111 for more information and stay connected everywhere you go. The show is also brought to you in partnership with First National Bank Ghana. It is the bank of the changeables. And listen, between now and September of 2022, listen, make the switch to the bank of the changeables today. Switch to First National Bank, and for the next 3 months, enjoy fee-free banking. What more do you want? Again, the process is very simple. You can visit any of their branches in Accra, Kumasi, or Takoradi, or call the number 0242 435 050, and they'll be very happy, more than happy, to send one of their friendly business bankers to you to start the switch process. First National Bank, how can we help you? Of course, the Makers Electronics is also supporting us, and they keep telling you that listen, we are in a new year, there's a lot happening. Spec up your room a bit, change a few things, change your TV sets, change all of these gadgets. Let the old, stay with the past year and start something new. So walk into any of their branches scattered all over the country and grab a gadget today. Anything you want at hugely discounted prices. My name is Kwabena Kyenkyenhene Boateng. Let's start our conversation. And this lady I'm going to speak to, like I keep saying, is someone who has done a lot, even in a rather short period in this life. She's not old, but I think she's quite bold, because for some of the things I see her do and I read about her do, I'm like, okay, if I had this kind of bravery when I was that young, I think I would have gone far. So I'm not surprised she's going far. But hey, let me hear a story right here. Cassandra, good to see you.
Good to see you also.
And thank you for agreeing to do this. How have you been?
I'm good.
I know you've been very, very busy this festive season and the like. How was it?
It was crazy, but I mean, just trying to balance everything. We were able to manage expectations and also get things rolling. So it's been good.
It's good you mentioned trying to balance everything, because I know you are doing like 2,044 things. You are what, country director for Guba? You are a CEO. You are a motivational speaker. How do you manage your time in all of this?
I think for me personally, it's just having the right people help and support you. As far as with my business, I have a store manager who I know I can depend on when I'm not around, if I have to handle other things. So just that good balance for me, and having a great team to support is very, very key to be able to stretch myself out and do other projects as well.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Let's start with your journey so far. I mean, I read a bit about you suggesting at 18, that's when you started business. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I would say earlier on, because even through middle school, high school, I was selling and just little bits, maybe selling candy at school just to make a profit. And then when I was in high school, I started a clothing line. There be me fiachum me yepeska.
I see. Yeah. So back in the day, even when you were relatively younger, much younger, say what, 10 years?
12, 13. But it also stems from watching my mom do business my whole entire life. Like, my mom was an entrepreneur, and so was my dad, but my mom mostly, I grew up with her having a store in Jolu. Like a provisional store. So just watching her hustle. She's also done seamstressing. She also used to have a company where they would make clothing. So just seeing the different avenues and watching her balance everything was a source of inspiration for me growing up.
Okay. So did you even grow up in Ghana? Let me ask that.
I did. I was born and raised in Ghana. I left Ghana when I was 6.
6 years?
Yes. So I left Ghana when I was 6 to the States, and I stayed in the States until I was 24. And 24, 25 is when I came to Ghana for the first time. Yeah. And that was just like during the Christmas festive season. I necessarily wasn't planning on living in Ghana or moving to Ghana. It was never an idea for me. Like, my whole life was in Atlanta. So it was just, I'm here, I'm having fun. Then COVID comes and everyone is at home. Then I'm like, you know what, let me just go back to the spices business, the shito business that I used to just do while I was in college.
Okay, it's good you've mentioned this. We'll pause here and go back a bit. So at a young age, say 12, 13, thereabouts, you are buying a few things and selling even amongst your classmates and the like. And then at 18, you decided to do something quite major. What was that?
That was to start a clothing line. So my best friend Nadia, she was running for Miss Ghana. And with Miss Ghana USA, so you have to raise funds. So she came up with the idea of, why don't we sell something to raise the funds for her to be able to compete. So we started then doing bow ties, and then it extended to handbags and just little things that people can easily wear and also purchase from us quickly. So that's basically how it started. It started with my best friend Nadia.
Did it work out? Was it a lucrative business?
It did. It worked out for the time being that at the time we didn't realize that we were actually doing business. It was just to raise funds so that she can compete. And then she ended up competing and placing. So it wasn't something that was sustainable for us, because it was just to get by, you know, just to get by.
So from that level, then what? What did you move to?
from that, I would just do small business. I started with the spices and the shito.
Okay.
While I was in school, I remember my mom makes the best shito ever. So I would get her to make me shito as I would go off to school. And then when I would get to school, everyone would want some of the shito. And I'm like, okay, let me start selling the shito that she's made me, because she would make me loads of it.
You're not Kwebu?
No, I'm not. Both sides of my parents are from Achimota. I kid you not.
Okay.
I kid you not. Yeah, so I was selling that, and like within a week, I would come back home and I'm like, oh, me shito nasa. And she's like, like my bucket of shito.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell her that I was selling the shito.
Yeah.
So she would make me another one, and then I'll go and sell it. And then she was just like, no, like something is going on, because I like shito, but I don't eat shito the way that the shito was just going out. So it got to a point where she didn't want to make it anymore. Like, she was just like, no, I'm being careless with it. She didn't know I was actually selling the shito. So then I was forced to actually start making the shito to sell, because the demand was so high, and I wasn't able to get my mom to make it for me to rebottle it. So then I started making the shito with my roommate and one of my close friends, Cindy, in our dorm rooms on a small little pot, like a electric stove. Yeah. So after class...
This was at which age?
This was, I want to say 19, 20.
Okay, so you probably were in the university?
Yeah, in college,
okay.
In America. What school in America? Yeah, Gordon.
Okay.
Yeah, Gordon State. So we would make it in like in little pots.
Yeah.
We would make it in pots, and then we would cook it, and then we would resell it. So she would help with that.
But didn't the people notice the difference in taste and the like?
No, because I always watched my mom cook. I knew her formula. It's just that making the shito was such a long process that I just never wanted to do it. True. But I was forced to do it. Yeah. So that's what happened.
Interesting. Okay. So now you've gone on to do shito business. Shito business is doing quite well. Then what?
So after the shito, finished school, and then I decided to just be a property manager. Okay. So I got a job. I was working 9 to 5 full time, and that's during that period is when COVID hit. Okay. So once COVID hit, I was still getting paid from work, but I wasn't really working because the whole country was on a shutdown. So for me, I was just like, you know what? Let me just go back to the basics to make extra money, because I know everyone is home and then everyone is hungry. Yeah. So why not? So then I started the shito business again with Cindy, the one that I was doing it with in school. So we were making it, and during that period, I didn't expect for it to blow the way it did. I never planned on living in Ghana. Right. For me, Ghana was like a retirement plan. Like, okay, maybe 50, 60, nah, like, I'll move back to Ghana. But it wasn't something that I planned on actually doing. So as the company grew, the shito business, we ended up getting a warehouse. We had different places that we were supplying to. We were supplying to a lot of stores within the U.S. And in Canada. Our products were also in UK. So we were expanding, and I wanted to add different product lines. So I was like, you know what? I want to do neat fufu. I want to do benku. I want to do palm oil. I want to package Kobe really presentable, where people can walk into the stores of Walmart, Food Depot. These are like our high-end grocery stores for Americans. They don't carry African products, and I would want made in Ghana products to be there. So I sought it out to have the best packaging, and that's what I worked on. So I ended up trying to figure out how to go about that. I got in contact with a lady who said she can help me. She was already helping me with the Canada products. So I'm like, okay, why not? And that's how...
Was she also based in the U.S. or perhaps in Ghana?
She was in Canada. She was in Canada for school, yeah. She had just recently got there. So I had employed her for her to help out with the shito business, because we were expanding and different countries needed it. And then I also wanted to have different agents in different countries to supply. So little did I know that she was basically going to scam me, and I wouldn't have the products that I had dreamed of, that I told everyone about, that I promoted and marketed. It was almost 6 months of just trial and error.
So for 6 months, you kept pumping money into a dream of yours to package powdered fufu, powdered plantain, powdered banku, and the like.
The idea behind that was that made in Ghana products need to be on the shelves, because we tend to go to our African grocery stores, and the way they package things is very distasteful. So for me, packaging was correct. I wanted good quality products. I wanted 100% made Ghanaian products, which in the US, for other companies, they didn't have 100% Ghanaian made products. It was made in America with so many products and chemicals, and not 100% organic. And that's one thing that I didn't want from my products per se.
Okay. So, but you had gotten in touch with someone. The person had promised to get you something. The person had failed on a number of occasions to deliver, yet you kept sending more money. Why?
The reason being, because I was blinded, knowing that it wasn't her fault at the time, being that she was also in Canada, and I didn't know that she had cahooted with her family members. So initially, it's me thinking it's a company that's making this mistake. So in my head, she would tell me, "Oh, we won't work with company A anymore. Let's go to company B." Not knowing this is her uncles and aunties, and her mom was in it, or her father. So it's like she would give results as in, "Oh, this company A didn't do it well. So company B, dear, I know they'll do it well." Then company B fails, then company C. Oh, company C, they have to get it together. Then company C fails, and then company D, which was the fourth one. The fourth products were good. Come to find out, she had bought a company in Ghana's products, sent it over, because at the time she knew I was drifting off. Like I was just tired, I was gonna back out and just let it go.
That was just to hook you.
So once I got the fourth samples, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is really good. Feedback was good. Everyone loved it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Now it's time to actually make the heavy investment, put in as much as I can, do a container, ship it over, and then distribute. So that was the whole idea, you know.
How much did you spend on this project?
Roughly a lot. A lot. I don't want to mention the figures because I don't want someone to even sit somewhere and think I had that money and I wasted it.
Was it in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, or the thousands of dollars?
I wouldn't say hundreds, but it was a lot.
Close to $100,000?
No, not close, but it was
around $100,000.
It was a lot. Okay, it was a lot. It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money.
So you've lost all of that money?
Basically, yeah. And come to find out, I didn't technically lose the money. They just never did the work, so they pocketed the money. So it wasn't as if...
So company A, company B, company C
was
essentially were auntie, uncle, grandmother.
Father. Yes, basically. So they were doing test and error of the products, and I ended up buying equipment, and they were.
Oh, you actually even bought equipment?
Yeah, because I wanted to.
Like a processing plant.
A processing plant, yeah. Like, so dehydrator, blenders, just the blend, like the whole food processing chain, you know, yeah.
Where are those things now? Must have been devastating.
It was. Really? It was extremely heartbreaking, because when you trust people and they let you down, it just makes your trust for others even worse, you know. And I'm very paranoid now, you know. I'm very, as Ghanaians would say, I read now because of that traumatic experience. But moving forward, I feel like that's what built my courage to start my store.
There are a number of people in the diaspora who wish to invest in Ghana, but for reasons such as this, they're scared of doing that. they are not convinced enough that people won't run away with their monies and the like. Do you have a word for people like that? How are they to get the returns on their investments should they wish to invest? Because you're not here to, know what's going on.
For me personally, I think in any business, whether in the U.S., whether it's in Ghana, whether it's in Nigeria, you need to be present. You need to physically be there. The same way you wouldn't invest your money in the U.S. without being present, do not invest your money in Ghana without physically being here. So if you know you can't physically be here, then don't do it. That would be my advice from my experience that I've been through, because when I was present here in Ghana building my shop, I saw the difference. I was able to see the pricing. No one sent me a receipt, a fake receipt. I was able to go day in, day out and handle my own affairs.
But what if you are so busy with other things elsewhere?
Then don't do it.
Really?
That would be my advice. Don't start a business where you cannot 100% dedicate your time to. I moved from Atlanta and moved to Ghana to open up my shop.
Okay. So now let's take a look at this. So after going through such a traumatic experience, you decide you want to relocate to Ghana, or what?
Yeah. So I came to Ghana.
Is it that you came looking for the family of the lady?
I did. So I came to Ghana actually looking for her and tracking down where my money was, because like I said, it was a lot of money and it's an investment. So I wanted to see where my money had went to, and I wanted to get answers. So after months of not being able to do that, I remember just sitting down and I'm like, okay, I'm here. I do have some money saved up. So what can I do? I can't just be in Ghana spending money, essentially not really being as productive as I was in Atlanta. So I sat down and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a cold store. And like I said, growing up...
Why a cold store, though?
I was reading... I need to send you the book. It's like a business in Ghana, like 100 businesses in Ghana that are successful. So I was reading that. A friend sent me that. And just going through that, there were like boutiques and stuff like that. And none of that resonated with me. But the cold store did, because like I said, growing up, I saw my mom do a grocery store. So I was like, okay, so maybe I can do the groceries, then I can add something else, a twist to it, which would be the cold store aspect. And also, rather than just doing the normal groceries, why not do American groceries? Because I found it difficult finding things that I would eat on a norm in Ghana, as far as cereal, just the little snack things. So I was like, okay, for people like me who have also moved from the U.S. and the diaspora here, why not have something for them where they can easily grocery shop, and then also for the locals here who want to taste things from abroad, So that was what resonated with me. And I remember speaking to my mentor, Denta, about it. And she was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. It would be a good business. So I started researching more. I reached out to my friend Essie, and I was like, Essie, I'm looking for a store. And she's like, oh, you are? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, where do you want the store? And prior to that, the year that I came here, Christmas, I went to Medina Market, which is down the street, and I was like, I want a store in Medina Market. Just saying it out loud, because I saw the cash flow. I saw how hardworking the ladies were working. So I was just like, oh God, I want a store here. And she was like, well, I have a store by Medina Market. It's actually in Medina. And I'm like, oh really? She's like, yeah, but I don't think you would like it. And I'm like, send me pictures. And she did. And I was like, you know what? It's perfect. Whatever it is, I'll figure it out. Like, I want this. So blessings to Essie. She's the one that helped cultivate the dream, because without her having this space, I wouldn't be here today.
Okay. Things you would ordinarily not find in a normal grocery shop.
Right.
So any American, or let's say, so is it just American products?
American products for now. We do plan on extending to Ghanaian products we just want to stick with our status quo and also our market.
No, because I was only thinking, I mean, if I'm Italian and I've come to Ghana and I want a place, yeah, there may be 1 or 2 Italian restaurants, but what if I want to do something home myself and I need
you can still get it, because I mean, when I say American products, I mean goods from the U.S. So whether it be in Italian, Portuguese, Mexican, Spanish, we have all of that. We do have Alfredo, spaghetti, pasta.
You realized there was an opportunity there. That's why you decided to go for that niche market. Is it a case that there are so many people here in Ghana from the diaspora?
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of diasporans here, especially Americans. And they do find it difficult to get certain products. I know for me, one time I was craving Mexican food. And all I wanted to do was make Mexican food. And I couldn't find tortillas. I couldn't find the minced meat. So these are just little things that remind you of home. And sometimes even a meal can just make you satisfied rather than just flying out just to go and get it. You can just come to Faustina's Cold Store, get whatever you need, the American goods, the frozen meats, and, you know, make yourself a meal.
When we connect, everything is possible. Whatever seems unreachable becomes even closer. Building partnerships, redefining the norms. Because when we connect, being there becomes possible, and new ideas come to life. Stay ahead and stay connected with MTN Business Broadband. Superior internet solutions that drive your dreams. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and Kobo the makers in
The pneumatological aberration of the Lord revealeth unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
My name is Papa Makers.
You're from the Grandpa Makers.
My name is Junior Makers.
Me Dean the Mama Makers.
My name is Senior Makers, and I'm here to give you some very good news.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited is giving you up to 87% in this festive season.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
Go and tell Mom and Dad about the Makers Blessing Attack promo.
We at Makers, we believe in the number 7, which stands for perfection.
Future Makers, Taifa Burkina Highway, Amasa Maizongo Junction, Ashama Valco Flat, Kumasi, Makers, Hinema Kokobe, Southern Atakrade, Efie Kuma number 9 Market, Fre 055 222 2253, Anna 055 222 2254.
Merry Christmas!
Now I want to find out how you manage your time. That's how I'm going to wrap up though. I know you're busy, but I just want to find out how you manage your time because you are doing a lot. I saw you in the diaspora conversations at the other time. You're on the panel talking and motivating a lot of young people also. Very, very commendable. You helped plan the Guba stuff in Ghana recently.
Yes, the Guba Awards, yeah. And then we also just had the Guba Tours.
By the way, so how did Denta come into the picture? I see you do a lot of stuff with her.
I've known, that's Big Sis, I love her so much. So I've known Denta for some years now. We were introduced by a mutual friend, and I then joined on the Guba team and then worked myself up. So that's how essentially we connected.
So you're a country manager now for Guba?
For US.
For US, okay.
Project manager.
Project manager, okay.
Yeah, for US, yeah.
So essentially, how do you manage all of this? I mean, these are the things I know. I'm sure there's a lot more perhaps you do.
Yeah.
Mind sharing if you know?
I'm still doing property management. Like I said, that's essentially my 9 to 5, quote unquote, and other little businesses that I wouldn't want to.
So how are you able to manage all of that? and also still have an eye on your store? Because you say now, I clear. You're checking everything.
Yeah. I think for me, it's just balancing everything, and then knowing your schedule and knowing your time. I'm very, very schedule orientated. I know that, okay, today I have this and this to do, and I don't need much sleep. I'm the type of person I can get 5 hours of sleep and I'm okay.
Well, 5 hours is a lot of sleep.
It is. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I didn't know. I thought. No, but I know people that are sleeping 9 hours, 8 hours.
5 hours is a lot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Okay.
We'll see.
Oh, then that's okay. So at least 5 hours is okay for you.
Yeah, 5 hours. I wake up early. My mornings are usually I usually wake up early. Now that I have a store, either I'm going to Tema chasing people down for my money, or I'm looking for other products to add. You know, just different things. But just having a schedule and sticking with it. You know, as you said, we had an appointment today, so
yeah.
I made sure, okay, this is the time, from this time to this time, I'm here. Then after, I'm there. So it's just a thing of balancing.
Oftentimes they say, you bogus, when you come to town to invest and do all of these things, it's because a number of you have political ambitions.
Okay.
Is that the case with you?
I don't know, is it? I mean, I would say no, because my business isn't funded by politics. It's funded by my hard work and my intelligence and my savings account.
Granted.
So I don't think I'm doing anything.
Are you looking to enter the political sphere?
I don't know. Am I?
There's a question I don't know.
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one asking. I never say never, because I can wake up tomorrow and decide.
No, but I mean, it's not really about never saying never. It could, from what you say, you're someone who is deliberate about things.
Right.
You plan things.
Right.
Perhaps you don't say it out loud, but you plan them and you try and execute them over a period. And so I'm asking, is it part of your plans to do politics in Ghana?
It is.
It is.
It is.
You want to be an MP? Which constituency?
We'll leave that. We'll discuss. We'll discuss.
Which party?
Why an MP?
No, I'm just asking. I don't know. Some say that's the fastest way of helping people.
No, I don't believe that's the fastest way of helping people. I do projects that aren't out publicized, you know.
But you want to do politics?
I do want to do politics. So, I want to help people, but
so what,
I don't
what do you want to do in
be,
politics?
That's what I'm trying to figure out now.
Okay. Which party though?
Must I tell?
Oh, I mean, sharing is caring.
I don't know. You know what? I'm studying both just to see where I fit.
Are you a social democrat, or you are someone who believes that, you know, we should allow people to work and make money?
I do believe we should allow people to work and make money.
All right. So I think she's MPP then.
I am not. I am not. Please, I beg you. I beg you. I beg you. I beg you.
I see.
Let's not tag
That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. I mean,
I haven't signed up for any political party in Ghana.
Oftentimes in Ghana, what I realize is people are very binary. They are not very open-minded about the prospects. It doesn't matter whether the person is QRC or PPP or CCC or whatever. It's about the person's ability to help and contribute to society.
Yeah.
So, I don't see anything wrong.
But I'm not MPP.
Regardless.
And you know, I come from a family of both, actually. Okay. Yeah, because my dad was NDC assemblyman in Odan, and Mosul. So that side is heavy NDC, and then my mom's side is heavy MPP.
So you are yet to decide.
And here I am in between both.
Except that you are closer to your mom. You even named your store after your mom.
But I have a business that is about to be named after my dad.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you are playing both sides.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that one word you'd have to say to a young, like I said, at 18, with your decision to even do what it is you did? I think is very commendable. A lot of ladies at 18 are thinking of the new wig on or wig or whatever, how to look good. They are now essentially trying to style their hairs and do all of this and makeup here and there, parties here and there. Not to say we shouldn't have fun, of course we should, but you were more business oriented at the time. What is your advice to a lot of younger folk? You're 28 now, 27?
Hey,
no, 28.
Why are you just...
No, I'm just asking.
You know, in Ghana, you don't tell your age.
Really?
Yeah, because then they start to calculate. Then they're like, oh, she's too young for this, and you know.
Doesn't matter. Eventually, you're going to do politics. You know your age.
You'll be so surprised.
No, but my point. So essentially, this is the question. I mean, what is your advice to younger ladies like yourself, who perhaps may still be trying to figure out what to do with their lives?
Have an end goal. For me, like you said, I'm very calculated. I know exactly what I want, and I know when I want to execute things. So have an end goal. Know that if I'm doing this, this is where it would get me to. Be determined, be focused, be hardworking. I can't stress that enough. Nowadays, people don't want to work hard. People think I just woke up and I just did a store. I worked hard. I worked extremely hard. I put in years of sacrifice, almost 10 years in business. And that's one thing that people tend to forget. Like, oh, I didn't just start off with the store. I've been doing business for almost 10 years now. And also saving, you know. If you're not able to save, you won't be able to start a business or just do anything in general. So don't spend so much. Have a budget on everything. Save as much as you can. And then I will always say, always have an end goal. Know that when I start here, this is where I want it to end. So that's what I would tell them. I see.
Cassandra Ntiamoah, she calls herself the African Prodigy. Why that name though? My
name is Prodigy.
So the African Prodigy.
So I am the African Prodigy.
Okay. Yeah, so she calls herself the African Prodigy. She's CEO for Faustina's Cold Store and Grocery. It's around Medina. If you haven't been to the place, I think you should. They have quite a number of things I think you would like, particularly if you are not Ghanaian. Maybe you are from Virginia, Massachusetts, Mississippi. Just pass by. They have quite a lot here for you. Just come in here and pick one or two things. Or you can even visit their Instagram page or send them a WhatsApp and the like. And they say they even do deliveries. And I'm sure you'd like it. I think her story is one that is motivating enough and suggests that it's possible. A lot of the time I see and hear a lot of ladies relying or trying to say, so me, I'm tired. As for now, I just need some man to take care of me. So Rachel Aji, please, it's possible. At 18, she started. Well, at 12 even. At 12, she started. And she's done this for quite a while. And she's making it. And I'm sure the future looks so bright, so exciting. A lot more is going to come from Cassandra. I almost called her Faustina. That's the MPP one, but it's okay. The show was proudly brought to you by MTN Business, your partner for growth, First National Bank. How can we help you? As well as the Makers Electronics. My name is Kwabena Kyenkyenhene Boateng. I'll see you soon, hopefully, with another guest you're expecting.
The business edition of 21 Minutes with KKB was proudly brought to you by
MTN Business Broadband.
First National Bank, Bank of the Changeables.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited, large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics.